So, Gekishin is here. There is something I kind of wanted to go over, which is the star collection, which is what I would consider your account level. Basically, how you get stars or progress your account level is by upgrading characters. So when you play a game, you'll get these little credits right here. Down here, you can kind of see it's got Goku's face. My webcam's actually blocking it. Hold on. So you see that there? Right under my webcam. It costs an increasing amount for every level. When you play a character, you have a high chance to get that character's credits and a chance to get a different character's credits, which is a whole weird system. But basically, you upgrade your characters and this upgrades your account level. So when you hit your first account level, you'll get to pick one of the characters you see on screen there, and that's the character you can unlock. So unfortunately, if you wanted Trunks at level 1, you wouldn't be able to get him because he's a tier 2 character. So I'm just going to go through all the levels and kind of just show what you get for each account level. So you get a tier 4 character pick at 2, another tier 4 character pick, Batamo, which is a support item, just pushes enemies away, pushes the nearest enemy hero away. Another tier 4 at 4, tier 4 at 5, Icarus at level 6. At level 7, you get your first tier 3 character. Yeah, so this would be at level 7, you get your first tier 3 character, which would be any of these 6 here. So if you do want to play Baby, who was the best character in the last beta, the stress test, or Oob, who is probably the second best, you get to unlock them at level 7. I will say additionally, you can pay for them. Regardless of tier, characters are 120. Oh, that's not true. Every character is 120 except for the tier 1s, which are 250. I personally would avoid spending gems on characters. It does slow your account progression a bit, but I personally would like, if you're gonna, especially if you're a free-to-play player, using the premium currency on like saving up for a skin that you really want, like you really want Namek Goku, I mean, I would save up for that personally. Anyway, back to the account. Level 8, you get Farmer with a shotgun, which is a tech support. Attacks the nearest enemy hero in range. It applies all defense down and movement speed down. Level 9, a tier 4. Level 10, you get a new support for damage, which is Nail. Follows you and launches a follow-up attack against enemies hit by a rush attack, which rush attacks are just your basic primary fire. At level 11, you get another new support, this one for tank, Hyper Mega Rildo. Unfortunately, Rildo is probably not going to be a playable character unless they do Metal Rildo as the playable character, but he applies Wrath to the nearest enemy hero in range. At level 12, you get your first tier 2. I know a lot of people are going to be looking at level 12. This is where you get Trunks, a really popular character. 17, in my opinion, has probably the coolest kit in the game. Coolers at level 12, and then also the Gammas, which I think the Gammas, from what I'm seeing, has been like the most hyped up character. At 13, you get the new tech support item Shoe, applies all defense down and movement speed down. You do get SG capsules, or like the premium capsules. You get one at level 14. At level 15, you get another tier 3. At level 16, you get 2 of the not premium capsules. At level 17, you get an emote for Goku, which I think this is just a victory screen, if I'm not mistaken. 18, you get another tier 4. 19, non-premium capsule. 20, a premium capsule. 21, the Vegeta Dragon Ball emote. 22, a tier 3. 23 and 24, 2 non-premium capsules. 25, the Krillin Dragon Ball emote. At 26, you get another tier 4. 27, 2 non-premium. 28, 1 premium. 29, 2 non-premium. Kind of want to try Gammas. They look sweet. They do. They're very interesting. I'm curious to see how they're going to be balance wise. The issue is, I think when I get my first tier 2, I'm gonna want Android 17, because I think Android's sick. 30, you get the Piccolo Dragon Ball acquired emote. And then 31, very far down the line, is when you can get your first T1 character. I'm sure most people are going to be picking up Cell. Android 18 was very good in the very first test, so some people might want to pick up her. I'm surprised to see Cell here. I figured if there was going to be a tank in here, it would be Baby. Cell doesn't seem incredibly hard to play. As a very initial impression, I think mages are really strong. Yeah, I'm curious to see like how, especially after balance update, how characters feel. At 32, you get 2 non-premium capsules. 33, you get a premium, and 34, you get 2 non-premium. It seems like it's 2 non-premium, 1 premium, always at the levels you get them. At level 35, you get the Gohan emote. 36, you get your second tier 2 character. See, this is where I'm probably going to take the Gammas. Even though I'm a tank man, I'm not really that into Cooler's kit. Maybe my opinion on that will change. It is a little unfortunate the way characters unlocked, and there is no like ultimate character pass, unfortunately, where like you buy it and you get every character forever. Level 37 non-premium, 38 premium, 39 non-premium. At level 40 you get Dabura's Dragon Ball emote. 41 you get non-premium capsules. 42 you get your third tier 3 character, which if you go to your gift box, everyone should have Daima Goku as long as you play within the first 2 weeks of the game. So that is nice that you don't have to worry about unlocking Daima Goku. 43, you get non-premium capsules. 44, Boo's Dragon Ball acquired emote. 45, non-premium capsules. 46, premium. 47, Zamasu, my goats, Dragon Ball acquired emote. 48, non-premium capsules. 49, another tier 4 character. I'm surprised Dabura's down here. They did add Dabura and Kale, and believe Boo is new. They're only being 2 tanks. Like, unfortunately, as a tank main, I'm living the reality of they seem to want to release less tanks than everything else. I mean, well, I guess it's tanks and tech. Both, they're just releasing like double the DPS, presumably because you play 2 DPS a game. 50 and 51 you get non-premium capsules. 52 you get Kale's Dragon Ball acquired emote. 53 non-premium. 54 premium. 55 non-premium. 56 you get Goku's Daima Goku specifically is Dragon Ball acquired emote. 57 and 58 you get non-premium capsules. 59 you get another tier 2 character, which at this point I'll probably take Cooler. 60 and 61 you get non-premiums. 52 you get Frieza's Dragon Ball acquired emote. You can see like the further you get down, it feels like it's just mostly capsules. 63 non-premium capsules, 64 premium, 65 non-premium. At 66 you get Bojack's Dragon Ball acquired. 67 and 68 non-premium. 69 you get a tier 4, so the original batch characters. 70 and 71 non-premium capsules. 72 you get Baby's Dragon Ball acquired emote. 73 is non-premium. 74 is premium. 75 non-premium. 76 is Oobs, Super Oobs Dragon Ball acquired emote. 77 and 78 are non-premium. 79 is another tier 3 character. I'm not really interested. Like for the tier 3 characters, I think Frieza is really cool. I will suck horribly at the character. Daima, Goku, and Uber are the only 2 that I really care about. 80 and 81 non-premium capsules. 82 Caulifla's Dragon Ball emote. 83 non-premium. 84 premium. 85 non-premium Dragon Ball capsules. 86 is Trunks Dragon Ball acquired. 87, 88 are regular capsules. 89 is your final tier 2 character. 90, 91 are regular non-premium capsules. 92 is 17's Dragon Ball acquired emote. 93 non-premium, 94 premium, and 95 non-premium G capsules. 96 is Cooler's Dragon Ball emote. 97, 98 non-premium capsules. 99 is another tier 3 character unlock. 100 and 101 non-premium capsules. 102 are the Gamma's Dragon Ball acquired. 103 is non-premium. 104 premium. 105 non-premium Dragon Ball capsules. 106 is 18's Dragon Ball acquired emote. 107 and 108 are non-premium capsules. 109 is your second tier 3 character unlock, which at this point I'd be taking 18. I am so uninterested in Hit. 110 and 111 are non-premium capsules. 112 is Cell's Dragon Ball acquired, 113 is non-premium, 114 premium, and 115 non-premium capsules. 116 is Hits Dragon Ball acquired, 117 and 118 are regular Dragon Ball capsules, and then if I'm not mistaken, it does go beyond this. I don't know how this is going to work. At the moment, it doesn't show that you can get all three of these characters. I don't know if you have to get to this point to see further, or if it's not possible to get further yet. It is weird that it, like I said, doesn't seem like you can get all three tier 1s at the moment anyway. But that's all of the current level up rewards. It's a lot of grinding. It is a little unfortunate that you're kind of like picky and choosy with what characters you want to unlock. I would recommend doing research into the characters, looking at their trailers, looking at maybe some gameplay for them before you decide what to pick. For the tier 4s, you get them pretty rapidly, so it's okay if you make a mistake and get something that you don't end up liking. But especially with the tier 2s and the tier 1s, you really want to make sure that you're going to try to grab something you're at least interested in playing. But yeah, that's all for this one. There's probably a video on screen now. That's all for me. Like, comment, subscribe. Bears out. Peace.